everybody to today's training, how to go from 0 to 30 listings in 30 days. Before I get started, I just want to congratulate everybody that got on today. We are totally maxed out, and I want to make sure that everybody can hear me and you can see my screen. So will you do me a quick favor, just type in the question box, tell me where you're from, tell me you can hear my voice, you can see my screen, so I know we are all good to go before we start. We've got Melanie. We've got San Diego, you can hear me, Orange County. We've got Tana, great. We've got some folks up in Canada, Chris, Allen, Corey out in Idaho, Chandler, Arizona, Chris, Abigail, Austin, Boulder. Man, we've got all sorts of people here from all over the country. This is good stuff. All right. And Josh, thanks for that awesome introduction. I want to reiterate one thing. Everybody, make sure you have a pad of paper and a pen. Get ready to take lots of notes, because this is not going to be one of these fluffy webinars where we don't get into a bunch of content. This is going to be nothing but meat and potatoes that you guys are going to be able to implement in your business right away and get results immediately. So with that said, my name is Haas Pratt. I was named 2012 Real Estate Marketer of the Year. I'm founder of Boss Nation Publishing and Success Systems and creator of the Listing Boss, which is a step-by-step system for achieving financial independence in your real estate career. And that's the reason that I won Real Estate Marketer of the Year, is because of that product, by the way. So the Listing Boss, and for everybody that's a Listing Boss member, welcome to today's training. And I want to share with you a free gift. If you go to freelivecalls.com, now don't go there right now, stay with me right now. You can go there after. The gift will still be there, I promise you. But after this training, go to freelivecalls, that's FREELIVE. CALLS.com. I just want to give you a free gift. And what it is it's 20 live prospecting calls of me calling live FSBOs, live expires, taking them from hanging up on me to a listing appointment. I'm going to give you these live calls in MP3 format so you can throw them on your iPod while you're on a treadmill, listen to them, listen to the dialogue. I'm going to also give you the videos of me personally explaining why I say specific things at certain times, coaching you on the call on how to get more people to tell you yes. And I will provide you with the transcript. So again, freelivecalls.com. Don't go there now. Go there afterwards so you can accept that free gift from me. So here's what you're going to learn on today's training. I'm going to show you how to take 30 listings every month. We're going to do so by capturing the low-hanging fruit in your market. I'm going to give you a step-by-step blueprint for dominating the FSBOs and expires. I'm going to show you how to separate yourself from your competition, how to manage your time better than ever before, how to double your income every year, and in doing so, we are going to create more freedom in your life. There is absolutely it's not a secret that the fastest way to create more freedom in our real estate business, the fastest way to have balance is having listings. If we have a listing-based business, we have the inventory. It allows us a lot more freedom than if we're just showing buyers all the time. I'm going to show you how to build this thing, how to build that business. Now, before I do, I want to share with you kind of where I came from. I actually been in this whole real estate marketing game for the last 12 years now, and I actually grew up working on a dairy farm, of all places, in a small town in Missouri. But I was fortunate enough to have a mentor who took me under his wing at an early age. The guy was a millionaire. He just taught me the ropes, taught me what it took to be an entrepreneur, and I really just got a lot of insight and wisdom from this guy. And one thing that he taught me was get outside your comfort zone. Go be somebody. Go do something. Don't just play it safe and sit here and work on the dairy farm your whole life. And through lots of coaching and communicating with him, I decided to move to Dallas, Texas, a real estate in a market where I didn't know anybody. And I loaded up my truck with my TV in my suitcase in the middle of the night, and I moved to Dallas, and I got into real estate because I didn't go to college. Just went right into work for my business for myself. And here's the first 6 months of my real estate business. And some of you, you'll look at this and you'll be like, yeah, it looks very familiar. My first 6 months in this business, I worked 80 hours a week, 0 listings, 0 buyers, 0 closings, and I blew through $50,000. I was at a point 6 months into my first year where I was like, look, if I don't change what I'm doing, I'm going to be a dairy farmer my whole life. Let me tell you something. I am not a dairy farmer. I never wanted to be that forever. But here's the great thing about what I'm going to share with you today. I don't care what your background is. I don't care where you came from. I don't care if you have an Ivy League education. I don't care if you barely made it through high school. I don't care. The great thing about what I'm going to share with you today is it will dramatically change everything in your business once implemented. And I did this, and I implemented everything I'm going to share with you today. And literally everything changed for me overnight. I went from no business my first 6 months to listing 30 homes a month like clockwork overnight. Just like that. The next day, took a listing. Next day, took another. And I was featured in all these different publications, and everybody wanted to know what I was doing. And for the last 4 years, I built my business, and I sold my business. That was the goal. I wanted to get in. I want to build this business. I want to sell it. And I've been on the road for the last 4 years. I'm on the road 200 days a year, speaking in front of agents, in front of brokerages, conventions. I've done over 1,000 seminars in over 45 states. And you guys were telling me where you guys were from. Actually been everywhere that everybody said. I've been everywhere. I've been to your market. I've seen what works, what doesn't work. I have 1,000 seminars, at 45 states. I'll tell you this. There's 4 pillars of success that your top agents that they follow, that they have to implement in their business. And I look at those 4 pillars, and I can say that they're the exact same pillars that I focused on in my business that changed everything. And these 4 pillars are the 4 pillars that I'm going to share with you today. And we're going to dig deep into these 4 pillars, where after the end of this training, you're going to have a whole new perspective on how your business needs to look. And here's the 4 pillars of success. Number 1 is mindset. If you don't have the right mindset, here's the thing. I start with mindset because if your mindset isn't right, I can teach you marketing, I can teach you systems, I can teach you all this stuff till you're blue in the face, and nothing will change. We got to start with having the right mindset. Number 2 is marketing. Let's face it, this isn't about real estate. Real estate's easy. It's finding the buyers and sellers that's hard. Most every one of you are good when you get in front of people. Your biggest problem is you're not getting in front of enough people. What's going to get you in front of more people is marketing. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm also going to show you what type of systems to have. The reason you need to have systems is because you can't manage people. You got to have systems in place to manage people. If you build a real estate business built on systems, then you have an asset. Then you have a business that you can sell. And lastly, we're going to talk about conversion, because I don't care about how great of a mindset you have. I don't care how good of a marketer you have or the systems you have in place. If you're not converting the leads that those other 3 pillars of success generate, then we're going to be spinning our tires, right? So let's dive into it right now. Starting with the first pillar of success, number 1 is mindset. Write this down. If you joined us late, grab a pad of paper and a pen. Take lots of notes. I'm going to talk really fast because I have a lot to cover, and it's going to be like drinking from a fire hydrant, and I'm not going to slow down. And I'm not going to go back. So make sure you're with us, write fast, and have that pen and paper ready. Write this statistic down. 95% of the transactions are done by 5% of the agents. 95% of the transactions are done by 5% of the agents. So you have 5% of the agents in your market. I've been to your market. I've seen it. 5% of the agents are dominating your marketplace. So here's my goal. My goal isn't so much to have you listing 30 homes a month. I mean, some of you, that would be great. But for others, maybe an additional 5 listings would be fantastic, or 10 or even 15 listings a month would be life-changing. Would definitely change your business. I'll tell you this, my ultimate goal for you is to be in the 5%. If I can leave you better than I found you, and I can get you to the point where you're in the top 5% of agents dominating the market, that's the ultimate goal, because here's why. That's where this business is able to provide you with the lifestyle that you're seeking. That's where you want to be. You want to be in the 5% because that's where you have a business. That's where this business is fun. I mean, let's face it, the average real estate agent, and this is straight from the National Association of Realtors, guess how many homes the average real estate agent sells a year? 4. Think about that, 4 homes a year. You can't make a living selling 4 homes a year. So I'm going to show you how to be in the 5%, and that's going to begin right now by you choosing to have the right mindset, because having the right mindset is 99% of your success. So I want to ask you a question, because you're here for a reason. You didn't come to today's training for your health. You didn't come here just because you have nothing else going on. You're wanting a different result in most cases. So I want you to ask yourself this question right now. And this is serious. Like, ask yourself this, because I was at this point, and I asked myself this exact same question. 6 months into my first year of my business, am I happy with where I am? Am I happy with the results that I'm getting? I'm working so hard. I'm working harder than everybody. And here I am, 6 months, no paycheck, no freedom, nothing. Are you kidding me? Like, what am I doing? And ask yourself that, because today's result is a direct result of your actions the last 6 months. So if you're not happy today where you are, it's because what you're doing isn't working. So in order for us to have a different result 6 months from today, we must change. We must change our mindset, we must change our marketing, we must change our systems and our ability to convert the lead, or a combination of all four. But we must change, because what got you to where you are is not going to get you to where you want to go. I mean, think about it. If I didn't change my first year, I wouldn't sell a home. First 6 months, boom, wasn't working, changed everything. Why did I change everything? Because nothing was working. So I changed literally everything. In my first year, I was named the Rookie of the Year, and I closed $8 million in production, all of which came from my second half of my first year. But it does require you to change, and it does require you to decide right now, you know what, Haas, you're right. I'm not happy with the results I'm getting. I must change right now. Otherwise, I'm always going to be getting the same result. I mean, I love this image here, and I'll tell you why. Because most people don't like to change because it gets outside their comfort zone. You know, people like to operate in their comfort zone. But here's the reality. All the magic happens outside your comfort zone. If you're always playing it safe and you're never stretching yourself and you're never putting yourself out there, you know, in an uncharted waters, you're never going to grow. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. This is a mindset that the top 5% have. The 5% understand this, that they're paid based on how much value they deliver to the marketplace. The marketplace is your people. It's the Boise, Idaho. It's the Knoxville, Tennessee. It's the Plano, Texas. That's the marketplace where you market your services. You're paid based on how much value you deliver to the marketplace. There's some things in that marketplace that you don't control. You don't control the politics in the marketplace. You don't control the government. You don't control the interest rates, your buyers, your sellers, the weather. You have no control over any of that. Who do we control? As entrepreneurs, think about who we control. We only control ourselves. That's it. So let me ask you this. What if you became twice as good of a marketer as you are right now? What would happen to your income? It'd skyrocket. Or if you became twice as good at converting leads as you are right now today, what would happen to your income? Everything would change. It would skyrocket. Or if you actually had systems in place, what would happen to your income? It would go up. Doing nothing but choosing to focus on those 4 pillars of success, because as an entrepreneur, you are not affected by the economy out there. You are only affected by how you react to the economy out there. Look inward for solutions, not outward, and understand that success requires change. Welcome change, because when change happens, good things are happening. I love this quote from Albert Einstein. He says, try not to be a man of success, but rather a man of value. So true. Why do we not focus on success? Because people who focus on success are always broke. People who focus on value, becoming better, making themselves better, reading, coaching, attending seminars, improving their own professional value, those are the most successful people. The people that look for success and just chasing success are always chasing the magic pills. They're always looking for that next thing. I love this quote from Jim Rohn. By the way, this quote changed my life. When I decided to change, when I decided to turn everything around, it was because of this man right here. I give him the credit, a lot of the credit. He's the greatest. And he says, success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. Why do I share this with you? Because if you don't get this, then you're not going to get the rest. That's why we must have this type of mindset, knowing that we own it. We own our own success. We're going to go become better. We're going to go become more valuable, and we're going to begin right now in the area of marketing, because we understand that this isn't about real estate. We're marketers who happen to be in real estate. I want you to ask yourself this question. Now, this is arguably one of the most important questions that anybody's going to ask you in your real estate career. Why should your prospects use you over your competitor? Think about that. Why should your prospects use you over your competitor? It's a great question. Real estate agents are a dime a dozen. I mean, everybody has their real estate license. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of them in your market. What do you do to separate you from everybody else? I'll tell you this, and I'm going to show you, but I just want you to ask yourself this question, because there was a time I couldn't answer that question, and my success definitely reflected that. But I've asked this question in almost every seminar I've ever done, and I'll tell you this: I always hear the same stuff. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me because I've heard it so many times. Oh, they should use me because I'm my GRI. I've got my CRS, my ABR. Everything I touch turns to sold. I'm a household name. I've been in business for 30 years. I make your dreams become a reality. I'm with the #1 real estate brokerage. I'm the neighborhood expert. I'm a marketing expert. I'm this. I'm that. It goes on and on and on. And I'm just like, no wonder why the average agent sells 4 homes a year. Are you kidding me? People don't care about you. They care about themselves, their time, and their money. Sounds harsh, but it's reality. And as a marketer, you know that the people out there in the marketplace don't care about you. They care about themselves, their time, and their money. Write this down. WIFM. What's in it for me? People want to know what you can do to save them time and money. I'll tell you this. I was listing 30 homes a month in a market where I didn't know anybody. I'm in my early 20s, beating people who sell 400 and 500 homes a year, been in business for 30 years. Based on how long I've been in the business, definitely not where I came from, but nothing about but pure marketing and what I can do to accomplish their goal, what I can do to save them time, what I can do to save them money, and all throughout the entire process, separating myself from my competition. So the question is would you like to know how to do that? And that's what I'm going to share with you, exactly how to separate yourself from your competition. And ask yourself this right now, because in order for things to change, you got to get to the end of you, right? You got to say, you know what? I don't know the answer. I got to change, because I asked myself that question, and I did not know the answer. Actually, in fact, I said the exact same things you said that wasn't the right answer. So what do you currently do to save people time and money? See, it's important when we do this to understand that there's 2 different types of target markets out there. There's the Met database. Out in the marketplace, remember the people, right? That's who we market to, we market our services to. There's 2 types of people. The Met database, these are people that already like you, love you, trust you. This is called your sphere of influence. These are people that, that past clients, referrals, friends, family. These folks already know who you are. I didn't have those, the Met database in my marketplace. I had to start with the haven't met, people who didn't know who I was because nobody knew who I was. So the haven't met market are people who don't know who you are. The FSBOs, the expireds, the cancels, withdrawals, the short sales, the probates, the REOs. People have no clue who you are. And your farm, your farming community. Most of these people they have no idea who we are. So what we want to do is get the haven't met market to respond, because when they respond, we then get face-to-face, which turns into a what? A Met database. So they go into the Met database. So these 2 work hand in hand. I'm going to show you how to get the haven't met market to respond. I'll tell you why, because that's where the majority of the money in today's market is being made. That's the fastest way to 30 listings. The fastest way to that 5% is the haven't met market. Communicating an effective marketing message, marketing campaign to the people who don't know who you are. And here's what you want to have. You want to have what I call a marketing arsenal. A group of tangible programs and systems that separate you from everybody else. And I'm going to go into deep on all these, but I do want to make sure that you have them written down. So go ahead and write these down. Number 1, you want to have a performance guarantee that guarantees you will perform. Number 2, you want a risk-free offer. Make it risk-free for people to use you. Number 3, a communication guarantee. 4 is a smart seller program. 5 is a marketing plan. 6 is a certified pre-owned home program. So think about this. The reason they should use me over everybody else is because of this. It's not me, not my experience, not my brokerage, not my designation. This group of tangible programs and systems that separate you from everybody else. This is paramount to your success that you get this part right here. So let's dive into it. I want to show you the power of this. Take a look at these 2 postcards. Postcard on the left, thinking of buying or selling a home, we can help. I actually received that postcard from a local agent here, and I live in Plano, Texas. And this guy sent me this postcard, and I just bought a new home in April. And I'm like, what is he sending me this for? I just bought a new home. First rule of marketing, know who you're marketing to. Save your marketing dollars. Don't market to people who just bought a brand new home. It would be wise of you to market to people who've owned their home a minimum of 6 years, because those are the people that are most likely to what? Buy or sell. It's the rule of thought there. So take a look at the postcard on the right. Postcard on the right, I'll sell your home in 29 days or I'll sell it for free, 100% guaranteed. You know what? I mailed that postcard. My current Listing Boss members use this postcard as well. And this is just one of many performance guarantees. But this postcard crushes when you're mailing it to people who don't know who you are. The reason is because it's a call to action. It's a message that gets the prospect to respond. I will do this or else is a performance guarantee. I'll sell your home guaranteed or you can fire me. I'll sell your home in 79 days or I'll pay you $500. I'll sell your home this or else. This is important because it allows you to have a powerful headline in your marketing that compels the prospects to call you. Let's face it. Look at the postcard on the right. Look at this postcard here on the left. This guy, and I'll just step out there and say, I bet he received 0 phone calls from this postcard. Why? It went straight to the trash can. There's no, whoa, right? There's nothing to stop them from throwing it away. There's no headline, no call to action. Having a performance guarantee will dramatically change your results in marketing to people who don't know who you are, and that is a fact. Number 2 is an easy exit listing. You want to make it risk-free for your prospects to use you, and I'll tell you why. Because this overcomes the I don't want to be locked into a contract objection that we hear so frequently. Right? It makes it risk-free for your prospects to use you. I'll tell you this. The amount of business you gain by offering an easy exit listing far outweighs the amount of business that you will ever lose. Because I know some of you are thinkers. Some of you always think your way out of taking action. I'm talking to you. If you're thinking you're going to offer an easy exit listing, you're going to end up with no listings, think again, unless your service is just horrible, but I don't think that's the case. Most of your service is amazing. You just need more people to service, right? So by offering an easy exit listing, the amount of business you gain will far, far, far outweigh the amount of business you will lose by offering an easy exit listing. You want to offer a communication guarantee to your prospects because the biggest complaint about real estate agents is lack of communication. I went on 1 to 3 listing appointments every single day. A lot of them were people who were expired listings, people who have hired other people before that have went through the process, have sold a home in the past. And this is the biggest complaint in the industry. So the question to ask ourselves is this, is what is it that we do to overcome the biggest complaint in the industry? What do we do? What do we do to overcome that? I'll tell you what you do is you guarantee you will communicate. You tell your sellers this. Mr. Seller, I understand it's a problem that agents don't communicate. I recognize that. That's the reason we offer all of our clients a communication guarantee. Mr. Seller, I'm going to call you every Tuesday. Even if I have nothing to say to you, you're still going to hear my voice. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, talk about the showings, the feedback, talk about what the communication has been from other agents. But if there's one Tuesday that I don't call you, you can fire me on the spot. What does that do? It forces you to communicate, but it makes the seller happy in the meantime. The next one is a smart seller program. This is huge for people who don't know who you are because this allows your prospect to sell the property themselves while it's listed with you. And if they sell the property, then they don't pay you a commission. Right? Sounds pretty self-explanatory. Here's the thing with this. The smart seller program is huge for people like a FSBO who are still selling the property on their own, or that one seller goes, you know what, I want to put it on the market, but I had this friend from church whose brother's friend said he's interested in moving to the area. I'm not doing anything until he tells me he's going to, if he's going to purchase the home or not, right? It's perfect for that type of person. So what you're going to do is this, is you want to offer a smart seller program because it overcomes that. It overcomes, I understand you want to do that. That's why we offer all of our sellers a smart seller program. You can sell it to that gentleman. If he buys the property, you don't owe me anything. The only way you would pay me is if I actually sell the property. And it also comes with a menu of commission rates. I'll tell you what happens with the smart seller program with flexible commissions. We offer this to the sellers. And what happens is they're like, great, let's sign up. I want the smart seller program. Then you list it. Then they do nothing with it because, I mean, let's face it, most of those sellers, that never happens, right? I mean, what sells homes is us, real estate agents. So having a smart seller program is a fantastic way to separate you from everybody else. Marketing plan is very, very, very important, and here's why. I wanted you to ask yourself this question. By the way, I love this guy right here. This guy, I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he's an older gentleman. He's got his 2 thumbs up. Look how enthusiastic he is. I mean, that guy's, I like enthusiasm. That's awesome. That's why I have him here, because he's, get you fired up. Here's the thing. I want you to, I want to ask you a question. Which one sounds better? I've been in business for 30 years, or I've been to 5,767 successful closings. The 5,767 successful closings sounds way better than I've been in business for 30 years because it's more specific. I'll ask you another question. Which sounds better? What do you do to market my property? You're so good. What are you going to do different than everybody else to market my property? Well, Mr. Seller, we have an aggressive marketing plan. We're marketing experts. We do open houses. We do virtual tours. We put your home in 20 different websites, blah, 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 blah. If you're doing that, that is a good way to not get conversion. A better way would be more specific. Well, Mr. Seller, what I do to market properties, I have an 89-point marketing plan that is designed to get luxury homes in Willow Bend subdivision sold the fastest, most amount of money. My 89-point marketing plan is the reason I sell 5 times as many homes as the average agent. My 89-point marketing plan is the reason that I get 100.1% of asking price. My 89-point marketing plan is the reason. Do you hear that? My 89-point marketing plan is the reason, not me. My marketing plan is the reason we get the result. This is why this is important. Because we want to have the marketing arsenal and have the tangible programs and systems, because that is going to be the reason that we can accomplish the seller's goal. If you're always saying, well, I do open houses and I do virtual tours and broker opens and I do all this, the problem with that is you're competing on marketing, and it's white noise to the seller. They don't want that. What they want to know is you have a plan. When you have a plan, they will entrust their confidence in you to execute the plan to get the property sold. A lot of you guys aren't getting conversion because you don't have a marketing arsenal, the programs that separate you from everybody else. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if you took away everything I just shared with you, my marketing arsenal, and you took it away and you said, Haas, call all these sellers on this main street, and you can't mention your marketing plan, your communication guarantee, your easy exit listing, your performance guarantee. You can't say anything about any of that. I'll tell you right now, I'd have a really hard time converting them. I know I would get frustrated because I'd want to be saying it because that's what works. But I'll tell you, I would have a very difficult time to convert those leads. And I'm good on the phone, and I can convert. But a big reason is because exactly what I shared with you. And whenever you implement a marketing arsenal in your business, I guarantee you your results, both in your marketing, over the phone, and face-to-face, will do a complete U-turn. People will start to respond to you. Don't care what your background is. Don't care how many homes you sold last year. I don't care if you're brand new in the business. Some of the most successful agents I know have been in the business less than 2 years. Doesn't matter. All that matters is you show people what you can do different than everybody else, and you communicate it with conviction to where they believe in it. Let's talk about systems, and I'll tell you why. Systems are the vehicle for your marketing. Your marketing is the fuel. Your systems is the vehicle. The two go hand in hand. The systems allow the marketing to work, and the marketing allow the systems to work. So let's just assume right now you've got this. You've got the marketing arsenal. You understand you got to have these tangible programs and systems. Now, Haas, how do I use it? Here's where we're at, the systems. Systems are huge, and I want to begin with sharing with you. I'm going to take a drink of water here. I want to share with you the definition of a system. A systematic approach targeting a specific target market with a predetermined result. That's a system. This is going to help a lot of you in a lot of ways. You're going to see things a little bit differently in the third pillar of success and systems because a lot of you are lacking this part, and it's going to make a lot of sense when I show it to you. So write the definition down. I'm going to share with you why it's important to have systems, but more importantly, what we need to do, and that is we need to diversify all of our systems. We don't need to put all of our eggs in one basket. Okay, here's why. Because your long-term success is what's important. not just immediate success that just sporadic and evaporates, right? We want long-term market presence, long-term market success to where we have a solid business that's built on a solid foundation. And the way you do that is you have multiple systems that drive revenue. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one system, right? You don't want to just say, well, I go after REO and 100% of my business is all REO. Well, guess what's going to happen to your business? Well, I guarantee your business has gone way down, especially in the last 12 months, right? So you don't want to put all of your eggs in one tool. Let's say you have one lead provider, and that's all you rely on is that one lead provider, and that it gives you all the leads, and that's where all your revenue comes from. And if anything ever happens to that one provider, your business is poof, evaporate. Or don't put it all in one relationship or one builder. I had a client in Atlanta, Georgia. Some of you guys are down in Georgia. $50 million a year producer, and she was just crushing it, just doing an amazing job. A lot of you would know her. I don't mention names. But what happened is she relied on one builder that literally just funneled all of her business to her. She was just fat and happy, just sitting there collecting all these referrals from this one builder source, and literally overnight, everything changed because the market changed and the builder went broke overnight, gone, evaporated his business. Shortly after, her business went poof, evaporated. She's broke, filed bankruptcy. She was successful, but she was unsuccessful because she relied on one builder for all of her business. I'm sharing this with you because it's the biggest mistake an entrepreneur can make is rely on one source for all their business, or one referral source, or one business source. So diversify, because systems are everything. And most agents don't have systems. Most agents fly by the seat of their pants, the jack of all trades, the master of none. They throw spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. They let their cell phones and their emails control their day every single day. They show up at the office in the morning, and there's no method to the madness. They don't even have any idea what they're doing that day. Why? Because there's no systems. And where there's no systems, there's no persistence. And persistence is key to conversion. And when there's no systems, there's no automation. So you're showing up and there's nothing going on. It's hard to build a business when there's no automation, because through automation comes repetition. And repetition is what's going to get you to the 5%. You're not going to become a 5%er by doing 5,000 things one time. You're going to become a 5%er by doing one thing 5,000 times. Through repetition comes the mother, through mastery. It's the mother of all skill. Repetition is key, and we have to have that in our systems. Now, in diversifying your systems, I want you to write these down because you're here to know how to put signs in the ground, and that's what I'm going to share with you how to do that. But these are the fastest ways to do that. These are the fastest way to put signs in the ground. These are, by far, bar none, the fastest way to list homes. FSBOs, expired, canceled, withdrawn. The reason I say expired, canceled, withdrawn is because everybody has different statuses in their MLS. I challenge you to explore all statuses, not just the expired. Short sales and probate. By the way, probate, some of you are looking at like, what is that? I'll tell you this, it's the most rewarding target market of all. Probate is an absolutely, first off, it's the most neglected target market of them all. Most people don't ever go after probate. They don't know how to go after probate. They don't even know how to get the leads to probate. They don't know any of that. I'll tell you this. Some of you will build a business and diversify your system, and that will be one of the best target markets that you have. And it's, the people that I work with that go after the probate, they absolutely love it. It's fulfilling every day. It's helping people that really, really need help. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to give you 2 tools of success, and this is what I mean by this. If you came to me and you said, Haas, I need to know how to build systems, and I don't need all the bells and whistles. I need just the bare bones minimum. What do you need? I'll tell you, these are the 2 things that you must have. You must have a CRM, which is a database management provider. In our industry, we have tons of CRMs. We've got Top Producer. We've got Wise Agent. We've got Realty Juggler. We have, what is Agent Office is an old one, right? We've got a lot. There's tons of them. I'll tell you, having a CRM is crucial because it is the hub of operations. If you don't have a CRM managing your business, then what's managing your business? Your yellow notepad that you try to manage, keep everything going in that little yellow notepad that you have. And you know, some of you know what I'm talking about, because I've seen so many people try to run their business with yellow notepads. You go to their office, there's just stacks of them. It's like, what is this? Is this your business? Right? You need the CRM. Next is you need a lead provider. A lead provider will send you all the leads. And I'm going to give you a special offer here. For anybody that does not have a lead provider, the RedX is they're the country's #1 lead provider for the FSBOs expireds in the short sale market. So if you want to go after the FSBOs expires the short sales, which I highly encourage you to do, every 5%er goes after or a combination of those. If you go to showmetheleads.com and write this down, even if you're not going to go there right now, I mean, I don't want you to go there right now. Go there after this today's training. But if you go to showmetheleads.com, I got the hookup for you. They're going to waive the $149 setup fee. So if you call them and you say, hey, I want this, they're going to charge you $149 setup fee. If you go to showmetheleads.com, automatically waive it, because it's you tell them you're a client of mine, and then it'll get you taken care of. These are the two things that you must have: a CRM and a lead provider. Because I'm going to show you, you got to have the leads. You got to have the leads. And I don't want you driving around looking for all the expired listings or driving around looking for FSBOs. The RedX will send them to you: names, addresses, phone numbers, contact information, cross-reference to see who's active and who's expired, and do all that for you for a minimal fee. Now, let's talk about FSBOs. I'm going to talk about FSBOs because it's the lowest hanging fruit out there. It's an extremely profitable target market when you know how to go after them. If you don't know how to go after the FSBO market, it's extremely frustrating. So I don't care what your experience has been up until right now. I want you to listen to me on how I'm going to show you how to go after the FSBO. I'm going to share with you how to do it with great success. But I don't need you thinking about what you've done to go after them in the past if you haven't got results. Because here's how you're going to go after the FSBO. First off, understand this and write it down. 85% of FSBOs end up listing with a real estate agent. And 85%. So the question is this: are they going to list with me, or are they going to list with my competition? 85%. That means 15% successfully sell their home on their own, or decide not to sell. So here's the secret. You must genuinely, sincerely want the FSBO to successfully sell the property on their own. And all you ask is, if they don't, you want an opportunity to earn their business. It's that simple. That's the mindset you have to have in going after the FSBO. You must genuinely, sincerely want the FSBO to successfully sell the property on their own. We're going to be here for them. We're going to be an advocate. We're going to be a resource. All we ask is, if they don't, we just want an opportunity to apply for the job. So take a look at this screen. You're going to want to write fast because this is about to disappear. Okay, so this is the FSBO follow-up sequence. You want, and keep in mind, the definition of a system is a systematic approach, which is what you're looking at right now. This is a systematic approach targeting a specific target market, which is who? FSBOs, with a predetermined result, which I'll show you the result that it will get. But this is what you want to do in marketing to the FSBO. So I'll go over this real quick. Day 0, you're going to call them. And in the next slide, I'm going to share with you what scripts you need to say to them, what to say at that first call. Day 3, mail the 90 things report. It's a thing that mail the 90 things. It's a report that's 90 things you can't afford to neglect when selling your home that Listing Boss members mail. That is absolutely incredible value, and they absolutely love it. They love that report. Day 7 is call 2. Day 11, mail the guarantee letter. Well, what do you think I'm mailing them at day 11, a guarantee letter? Well, I'm communicating my performance guarantee. Am I communicating how great I am and how I'm a neighborhood expert? No, they don't care about that. They want to know what you do for them. Day 3, or day 17, call 3. Day 20, mail the marketing plan letter. I'm not mailing them about what designations I have. It's about, hey, I know you're selling your property on your own. I've got an 89-point marketing plan. Should you decide to explore other options, I'd love an opportunity to apply for the job and get the marketing plan to do it. Day 27, call 4. Day 31, mail the easy exit listing letter. Day 37, call 5. Day 43, mail the smart seller letter. Day 47, call 6. Day 54, mail the recap letter. By the way, why do you think that the smart seller letter goes out day 43? I'll tell you this. Everything I do has been tested, proven in every market around the country. And I've tested it That's the reason I was named Marketer of the Year in 2012, was because we tested everything and it gets results. There's a reason that it's mailed at day 43 and not at day 11. There's a method to this entire madness, but following a systematic approach is the winning strategy for going after the expired or the FSBOs. I'll tell you why. Look up there at day 3. All of your competition are stopping between day 0 and day 3. But most of them don't even list it in the first 3 days, right? So we're going to have that systematic approach. We're going to continue to communicate with them. And here's the 3 questions to ask at first contact. Number 1, Mr. FSBO, if I brought you a qualified buyer, would you be willing to pay a 3% co-op? That's the first question we ask, because if they're not willing to pay a 3% co-op, then they're not going to pay my commission. So I just delete them out of my system. I'm not going to spend my time and money going after them anymore. Question 2 is how long are you going to try to sell this property on your own before you decide to explore other options? What I'm looking for here is the time frame. I want the FSBO to tell me, you know what, I'm going to explore other options maybe in 60 days. If in 60 days I haven't sold it, maybe then I'll look at, maybe a different alternative. And I'll tell you a little tip here. Whatever time frame they give you, cut it in half, and that's when they're going to list the property. So if they say, I'm going to explore their options in 60 days, that means they're going to list the property in 30 days. And 2 weeks, 1 week. You get the point. Last question. In that time frame, if you do decide to explore other options, do you have a close friend or family member that you would feel obligated to work with, or will you be up for interviewing some aggressive agents? Here's what I want to know. I want to know if his mom's a real estate agent, his sister, cousin, best friend, neighbor, whatever. I want to know if he already knows somebody that in that 60 days he does explore their options, he's going to hire and to list a property. If they're willing to pay a 3% co-op and they don't have a close friend or family member to work with, more than likely I'm going to get a face-to-face meeting with them through my marketing, through communicating to them, if you follow the system. So don't be outcome-oriented. Focus on the action. If you focus on the action, the result will happen anyway. If you're adding 10 to 20 FSBOs into your system every week, you can expect to get 5 to 20% conversion if you follow the system every single day. I'll tell you this. I'm going to share with you some success stories here shortly of people that have implemented these systems in their business, and you're going to see how dramatic of a result that they're getting. But the one thing that they all have in common is they follow the systems every day. They show up at the office, the system tells them what to do. Because they're entrepreneurs, they know that they got to have these systems in place telling them what to do, not them telling the system what to do. Set it up once, automate it, forget it, and do what it tells you to do, and you'll get the result. Let's talk about expired listings, because this is an extremely profitable market, an incredible market, especially if you're trying to build a listing-based business. I mean, to not go after expires is beyond me, because these are the people out there in your marketplace that are raising their hand right now saying, me, I want to sell my home. The last agent failed to sell it. I want to sell it. What can you do to help me? Here's the thing. This market is totally different than the FSBOs. The reason is because the FSBOs are more of a relationship building, right? Staying in contact. The expires is more like, let's call them, convert them, boom, set the appointment, because they list much faster than a FSBO. So this is a much more aggressive approach. These folks have already committed to an agent. They've already listed it. So our goal is this. Get them on the phone. That's number 1. Get them on the phone. Communicate to them and get them to open up. I want them to vent. I want them to talk about what the last agent didn't do to market the property, why they're selling the property, how many showings they got, what was the feedback, why do they think the property didn't sell, what are they planning on doing from here. I want to know why, what. I want to know all those, because here's why. I'm digging for their pain. And understand this. Every seller has a pain. Every buyer has a pain. If you're going to grow and you're going to achieve the level of success that you aspire to achieve, you must develop the skill set of finding people's pain and solving their pain, solving their problem. You don't solve their problem. What solves their problem? Your marketing arsenal solves their problem, not you, right? So if you ask more questions, you dig deep, you get people to tell you what they're looking for. A lot of you, I'm not going to say a lot of you, I'm just talking about agents in general. So a lot of agents, they just, they don't get the conversion that they're looking for because they do too much talking. They don't do enough asking. And a lot of you will just, once you start asking more questions, you're going to find that the conversations is very smooth and it flows very well because you get people to open up. And when you're asking questions, guess what? People want to talk to you because now they think that you care. Not that you don't care, but they open up. So and I'm going to talk about that in conversion, but get better at asking more questions. More people will open up to you. Take a look at this systematic approach. Now, this is a lot more aggressive. And the reason it's more aggressive is because I'm going to call it expired every day till I get them on the phone. The reason is because I've made so many phone calls and communicating and setting appointments that if I get that expired on the phone, I can set the appointment if I want it. That's a fact. In all those seminars I've done, I used to make live phone calls from the stage in front of 500 to 1,000, 1,500 people live in front of everybody, calling a straight cold expired listing, set the appointment on stage, give the appointment to somebody in the audience. And I can do that because they cannot say anything to me that I can't overcome, that I can't give me a problem that I can't solve. And that's what happens whenever you have that systematic approach, but also being able to solve their problem through your marketing arsenal. So you want to make sure that if you get them on the phone, you get them to open up, now you have the prescription to solve their problem of what ails them, right? So that's the reason that you're seeing such an aggressive approach here. But here's the thing. Like any system, consistency is crucial. You always want to position yourself as the expired expert. I mean, you want to be sympathetic, you want to be genuine, you want to be understanding, but you want to be direct at the same time. And if you're adding 10 to 20 expired leads in your system every week, you can expect to get 5 to 20% conversion. But that's the secret, is following the system every day, having that systematic approach. Now, the fourth pillar of success is conversion. All right, so here's the thing with conversion. Again, I don't care how good of a mindset you have and how great your systems are in your marketing. If you can't convert the lead, that all that generates, and we're going to be spinning our tires. So, and here's the good news for you. If you're not at a point where you feel comfortable at converting, I mean, let's face it. If you're sitting there spending marketing dollars on a direct mail campaign because you're farming for listings, and you get and those postcards generate listing appointments, and you're on the listing appointment, you don't know how to convert the appointment, it's a waste of money. I mean, I think we would all agree. So we need to get better at getting people to say yes. And here's what I want you to do. And getting better at people telling you yes, change your perception. Change your perception a little bit, because here's why. You have a service that you offer. You help people buy and sell real estate. That's a service you offer. In the marketplace are people in need of your service, people that are wanting to buy or sell real estate. So we need to go to the marketplace every day and communicate our service. If we don't ever communicate our service to the marketplace, then we're not going to have clients. I mean, as a real estate agent, you're unemployed every 90 days. We got to do this consistently. Otherwise, we're going to be like every other agent on the income roller coaster, where we have a good month and then we have 2 bad months, and then we have a good month and 3 bad months. It's because the communication of your services stops. When you incorporate all this, everything starts to work, and you start to build this thing up, and it just continues to grow. But understand this. You make up in numbers what you lack in skill. Repetition is the mother of all skill. Ask yourself consistently on a daily basis, is what I'm doing right now a money-making activity? Or am I doing all the $10 an hour work and everything's getting in my way? We need to focus on doing more money-making activities, because here's why. That's what drives revenue. Because you're an entrepreneur. Nobody is going to make you successful but you. You've got to go out there and do it, because guess what? Last time I checked, your broker is not sitting there giving you a salary every year. If you are, consider yourself having a pretty good little outfit there. But most agents, they're on commission. They got to go out there and get it every day. And if they don't, they starve. I love Zig Ziglar's quote, timid salespeople have skinny kids. And that is a fact. Timid salespeople do have skinny kids. This is how you get more people to tell you yes. This is how you convert all the opportunities that everything I shared with you is how that you're going to drive all that home and capitalize on it. The 4 steps to the yes. Number 1, be more direct. Here's the thing with being more direct. Confident people are direct. And confidence is the number 1 thing that you must have in order to be successful in sales. And to be in the 5%. I'll tell you this, the 5% that are doing 95% of the transactions are confident. They're not timid and scared. They're confident in their services that they offer, and they have a conviction when they communicate that to them. Number 2 is pattern interrupt. Here's what I mean by pattern interrupt. So I started in my early 20s in a market where I know anybody. And one of the things that I had overcome, and by the way, nobody cares about how old you are. They don't care how young you are. They don't care about how old you are. Nobody cares about that stuff. But some of us think they do, or they do think they care about how many homes we sold. That's the great news. Nobody cares about that stuff. They care about what? What's in it for me? So before every appointment, let's say like the postcard I shared you earlier, generate an appointment, I'm face-to-face. What I would say at first, right there out of the gate, at the listing appointment, is this. Mr. Seller, after the end of this appointment, there's a good chance that we may or may not do business together because I do turn down more listings than I take, but I promise you this, Mr. Seller. After the end of this appointment, you're going to be more educated on the process so you can make a logical decision on where you want to go from here, because you'd agree with me, right, Mr. Seller? The last thing you want is your listing expiring. Yeah, of course. So you understand the importance of hiring the right real estate agent this time around. Would you agree? And they're shaking their head, yeah. What did I do? I broke the pattern. And every communication, a pattern must be broken. Think about it like this. You walk into a store, somebody comes up, and let's say you know what you're going for. Let's say you're going for a new lamp, right? A lamp for your end table, right? And you know what you're going for, and you're just looking. You walk into Target saying you're looking for all the lamps, and the salesperson comes up and says, "Hey, may I help you find something?" And you say, "No, thanks, just looking." Does that mean you just lied to the guy? You know, no thanks, you're just looking. No, you're looking for a lamp. Why did you say that? Because it's the pattern. If you're calling an expired listing and they say, "You're the 100th call me today, what do you want?" It's no different. They're not rejecting you, they're rejecting the idea. That's why it's important that you break the pattern before any communication happens to separate you from everybody else. Because that leads to number 3, which is digging deep. And digging deep is what gets people to open up. Asking questions based on their answers. Asking more questions. Digging deep. Number 4 is voice control. Let me tell you something. How you say it is just as important as what you say. Enthusiasm sells. Listen to yourself. What do you sound like? Good question. And we must know what to fix. Some of you need more energy. You need more enthusiasm. That's why you're not getting conversions. Now, here's the thing, though. None of this stuff is going to make any difference in the world if we don't take action, right? We don't implement. I mean, implementation is key. The reason I'm successful, the reason most people are successful is because they implement and they take action. That's a fact. So what I want to give you now is action steps to implement. Action steps to implement exactly what you need to do to get results immediately. And that's going to begin right now with Decide to Become a Better You. You got to get to the point where you're at the end of you, to the point where, you know what, Haas, you're right. I don't know why people should use me. I don't have systems in place. I've been spinning my tires for a long time. I must change. I got to get outside my comfort zone. I need help. Like, you got to get to a point where you're like, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to run my business like this anymore. Until that happens, change will never happen. You got to get to the end of you. So I challenge you right now, decide to take action. Decide. Right now, you got to become better. And you've been playing it safe for way too long, and right now is the time to make that happen. Number 2, understand that you don't know that why people should use you over your competitors. And understand the importance of having a marketing arsenal that's going to separate you from everybody else. Decide right now to implement a CRM and a lead provider. Share your service with 50 people every single day. Hire a coach or a mentor. The reason I say hire a coach or a mentor, because the 5% they're students of the game. It keeps the saw sharp. It keeps you engaged. And here's the thing. Having a coach or a mentor is all about what? Accountability, but more importantly, not reinventing the wheel. And some people always want to reinvent the wheel. I know for me, my first 6 months, I wanted to reinvent the wheel, and it cost me 50 grand. I wish I just had a blueprint, somebody to show me what to do long before that, right? So that's what that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the blueprint, the roadmap, something to follow. And lastly is listen to what I'm about to share with you, because I'll tell you why. You are one piece of information away from achieving any level of success that you want to achieve. Any level of success. One coach away, one system away, one market away, one seminar away, one idea away, one lead provider away, one strategy away. You're only one thing away from achieving any level of success that you want to achieve. So that's why it's important that you always take action. You always implement, because you don't know what that one thing is. You must always seek, because the finding is reserved for the seekers. And what I want to do right now is I want to invite you on it. I want to invite you into the listing boss. The listing boss is going to be that one thing for many of you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up 31 spots of the listing boss. The reason is because the listing boss is the system that is going to build your entire business. It's a business in a box delivered in a 90-day intensive, where after the 90 days, everything changes. I'll show you the testimonials in a minute. But here's the thing about the listing boss. It is a system that is going to get you from where you are to where you want to go. And we're going to build that system in a systematic way. Over 12 weeks, we're going to cover the foundation, goals, vision, purpose, why we're in this business, our values, what we stand for. Week 2's tools and systems, parts 1 and 2. Week 3 is the FSBO system. Here's the thing about the FSBO system. I'm going to give you every letter, every postcard, every email, every script, every envelope, everything. System in a box. You just put your contact information on the material. The material has been tested. It works like clockwork. All you have to do is just put your information on it and mail it. It can't get any more seamless and easy than that. You don't have to write this stuff. You don't got to rethink it. You just take my stuff and use it and enjoy the results that it will provide you. Week 4 is the conversion strategies. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to do, coach you on how to get more people to tell you yes, because that's where the rubber hits the road. Week 5 is the expired system. I'm going to give you all the letters, the postcards, scripts, emails, everything. Put your information on my contact information on my material, and you will get your phone to ring. Week number 6 is time management. Week 7 is mindset mastery. Week 8 is the listing presentation mastery. Here's the thing, and this is a fact. The listing boss will generate you many listing appointments. In week 8, I'm going to teach you how to secure those appointments once you're face-to-face, following a 4-step listing system. Most of our clients get 80% conversion, and the appointment lasts 45 minutes. It's an incredible way to go out there and list more homes. Turning listings into leads is week 9. One of the beauties about listings is it generates buyer leads. In fact, every listing should generate you 2.7 buyer leads. In week 9, I'm going to give you a Craigslist system, an open house system, and all these buyer systems that are going to maximize your listing. How to get more phone calls off of your listing is week 9, and to where you can generate more leads, get return on your investment. Week 10, short sales, probate, direct mail marketing. Here's the thing, short sales are everywhere. It's an incredible listing source. I'm going to give you some effective marketing strategies and the marketing material to go after them to get more short sales listed. I'm going to give you all the marketing material to go after probate. You don't got to overthink it. You don't got to go out and reinvent the wheel. Just take my material and just take my strategies and go deploy them. I guarantee you will get results, and we guarantee those results. And then direct mail marketing. I'm going to give you all the postcards that work. The postcards that don't work, I don't give you. You're going to get all the effective direct mail campaigns, how to run an effective direct mail campaign. Week 11 is team building. Week 12 is maximizing everything you got. So you're going to get 12 essential operational systems, 5 seller lead generation systems, 5 buyer lead gen systems, all the marketing material, all the scripts, all the direction, step by step. This is a business in a box. And take a look at this. This is the actual screenshot of the listing boss. This is actual. You'll get instant access today, and you'll see all this material. All you literally do is just point, click, download, customize, hit boom, mail, get the phone to ring. And this is the screenshot of the expired system right here. This is a screenshot of the listing presentation. So you get all the listing presentation, everything delivered to you right there. Now the second part of the listing boss is the marketing arsenal. If you've got nothing out of this presentation but this one thing, the marketing arsenal, then this is going to be one of the most important things, because I'm going to give you everything that you need to separate you from your competition. All right, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give the performance guarantees, the best buyer guarantees, the best seller guarantees. I'm going to give you the easy exit listing. I'm going to give you the Smart Seller Program, Communication Guarantee. I'm going to give you my 89-point marketing plan. All you got to do is just customize it. Now, I'm going to give this to you through video implementation training. It's technology that we use in the Listing Boss because every video is about implementation. This is what I want you to do right now. Take it, download it, customize it, boom, now let's do this. And it's all given to you. You get the entire marketing arsenal, access to everything, so you don't have to go out there and try to figure all this stuff out on your own. Nor would you ever want to. It costs you way more than 50 grand to figure this out on your own. And then live prospecting calls, I give these to you for free, but you're going to get those in the Listing Boss just because it's all in one place. Lastly is the herd. Now here's the thing with the herd. By the way, I did not create this thing on my back porch over a weekend. Okay, the Listing Boss was created over 2 years. You're interviewing the nation's #1 real estate agent in Marriott hotel rooms and airplanes. Like I wrote the entire program over the course of 2 years because everything that we have in there has been tested. We got rid of a lot, implemented a lot, we changed it. Now we have the final product, and we've had the final product for the last year. And that's why I won us the award, because it gets results. But my vision here was this, is I wanted to create a community where every Listing Boss member can come meet. We have over 2,000 Listing Boss members across the country. Some of these are the most successful real estate agents in the country. And they're Listing Boss members. And a lot of them, as I'll show you in a minute, dedicate their success to the system. But I wanted to be able to plug you into my network because, you know, it's important that we have access to other people that are, you know, that are getting results. I want you to be able to reach out and communicate. Think of it like a Facebook for Listing Boss members. You can go in and send private messages to other agents. You can go in their herd and you can send referrals back and forth. You can go in and you can ask me a question. I'm coaching you the entire way. You have access to me in the herd. Go in and ask a question. We answer it. We're there with you along the way. You can go in there and you can even find role play partners. There's people in there right now that are looking for role play partners in another part of the country outside your market that you can develop a professional relationship with, that you can both work together to get better and become more valuable. And you can go in and post your success stories in the Listing Boss as well.